Part of why I was really excited to talk to you is that I feel like we're in a very similar place on our journeys when it comes to podcasting.
Yes.
And we're like, neither one of us, I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, are like have a background in video and audio editing.
Nope.
We're just passionate about talking with people and getting to know their stories.
Yeah.
And so we're both scrambling like, am I an audio engineer now?
I know. And that's the thing, like going through, you know, and everybody's like, wow, how'd you figure this out? It's like trial and error.
Yeah. Trial, error, YouTube. Free favors.
Yeah. YouTube, everybody's like, how did you pick? Because I ended up buying all my equipment.
Nice.
Everybody's like, how'd you? I'm like, I literally, actually, my stepson did some research for me. He said, I found this guy that's been YouTube or, you know, podcasting for whatever.
Yeah.
And he basically did like the top 5, like soundboards, mics, whatever. Perfect.
Nice.
So I'm like, okay, I'm not spending the money to go all up, but I'll get somewhere in the middle, which has been good. But now that I'm going, it's almost like, God, I wish I would have gone the better one. Cause there's little things that it's like, oh, that'd be cool. The video is a whole nother ballgame.
Yeah.
Like getting the video and getting it edited right. And then figuring out, okay, and we can get going, but figuring out like, you know, how do I market this? How do I take pieces of it and send it out? And what's going to capture people's attention? And how do I do TikTok? I've never done TikTok before.
Oh my God.
And somebody's like, oh, you need to be on TikTok. I'm like, no, I'm not doing TikTok. They're like, oh no, if you want the younger crowd, you have to get on TikTok. So got TikTok and I'm just trying to figure that one out now. It's like, I'm like, what the heck?
Buddy, same. I know that I present as a social media person, but my friends that have known me for the past 5-10 years are absolutely shocked right now.
Yeah.
Because I was always the person that was like, can we not take pictures of our food? Can we be present? Can we not?
That's me. Like, I'll forget. I'll get through a whole thing and go, oh, I was going to take a picture of this, or, oh, I was going to do that.
Yeah.
And
it's not second nature.
No, not at all. And I think part of it is I've never been a good self-promoter.
Okay.
Like, and I talked about this on one of the episodes of the podcast. I just kind of am who I am. I do my thing. I enjoy it. If I really like what it is, then I'll push at it, you know, and become very active and involved. But I'm not doing, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm literally just like, okay, I'm just going to do this. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And we'll figure it out along the way. And,
I think you just inadvertently defined authenticity. Right?
Yeah. And it's like, just be that, right?
Yeah.
So anyways,
I mean,
it's a blast.
Yeah, it's so fun. I think outside of just having conversations, like learning new skill sets.
Oh, right.
Because, and I don't know what you were doing during the pandemic, but I wasn't as productive as some of the other people out there.
Oh.
I tried sourdough. It failed deeply. But I look at what I've been trying now, and I'm in the same boat as you. I've been doing trial and error with all the different audio and equipment and things. And it's like, dang, I wish I would have started sooner. I don't have any regrets in my life, but do you feel that sometimes too, as you're having conversations and putting stuff out there, you're like, I could have started this sooner. That would be
absolutely.
Cool. Really?
Absolutely. Both with this and the insurance agency. So I've been doing insurance for 30 years.
Yeah.
And when I first got in, I was in claims, and one of the district managers for Farmers Insurance was like, you'd be a great agent. You need to get on the agency side. And I'm like, I can't. I'm making okay money. I can't stop making money. And, so I didn't do it. And then I started thinking, okay, one day, someday. And never did. Kind of partnered in a couple of agencies. It didn't go anywhere. And then life happened, turn of events. I just finally was like, you know what? I'm just done. And what I realized through that is you're never prepared, ever. You just have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing with the podcast. It was like, I thought for like 2 or 3 years, I kind of was formulating this plan and this thought in my head of like, okay, I would like to do this, and really building it around conversation, getting to know people, understanding where they came from, what got them to where they are because of my clients that I've been dealing with. It's like almost everybody gets to this point where you're like, I'm done waiting for somebody to do this for me, or I'm done waiting for the next promotion, or I'm done trying to get the next whatever.
Mm.
I'm just going to take this on myself and just go.
Yeah.
Right. And so with the podcast, that was kind of what it was. And there was through a couple different conversations. And I finally was like, you know what? I'm just doing this. No clue what I'm doing. And so went through in Gilbert Talks. I was sitting on the board for Gilbert Talks, and we decided, let's do a podcast. Let's kind of take this to the next level. Let's do a podcast. And then sat down at the Catalyst at the chamber, did 3 podcasts in one day, and kind of almost got bit by the bug. It was like, I was like, I can do this. Like, and then you start playing with the different AI tools and different things to go, okay, how can I make this better? And what can I do? And how can I strive at this? The thing I was playing with last night, which is funny because now, my podcast is 3 months. I just released episode 13, 12, 13, 14.
Nice.
And recording episode 17 tonight. So we're kind of a couple episodes ahead, and then we release. But I'm trying to do this whole TikTok thing. And it's like, I'm like, I hate scripts. Yeah. But put a camera in front of me. Yeah. And not a conversation. I don't know what to say. And I feel like I'm just like, I can't speak. My tongue gets thick. I'm like, whatever. And so I found a app last night that you can put in your, I can go into ChatGPT or whatever I want to use and go create 30 10-second sound bites about my podcast, blah, blah, blah. Here you go. It's like, okay, now it's got a reader on the phone. So I just pop the phone in front of me, read it, and it has the little thing where it makes your eyes look like you're just looking straight ahead. Yep. Boom, done.
Yay.
So I'm like, okay, that's the next step. Yeah. So it's that thing. And then trying to figure out, how do you make it interesting? Yeah. Because it's interesting to me.
Mm-hmm. What makes it interesting to you?
Learning about people. Mm-hmm. My whole thought process of starting it. So being in insurance for 30 years, when I go to an event, and we'll call it a networking event, and people are like, well, what do you do? Like, well, I'm in insurance. And they're like, okay, well.
Yeah, I adore you, but that's like the least sexy thing you could possibly see.
Exactly, right?
No offense.
It's like, you start trying to come up with these things like, oh, well, I work with businesses to control and manage risk and loss prevention. Oh, tell me more about that. Well, I do insurance. It's like, so it's that whole thing. Yeah. It's that whole thing where it's like, where do you go with this? And ultimately I feel like people just go, okay, I'm going to just go over this way. Yeah. Where they might placate you for a couple minutes and then they're off. Yeah. And so for me, I was like, how do I figure out a way to get people to talk to me without them feeling like I'm trying to sell them insurance? Because that is the least favorite part of my job. Like,
selling.
I'm there to help you, right? I've been cursed with 30 years of insurance knowledge, and I don't know everything because it changes constantly, but to be able to say, okay, let me worry about that. Let me think about that. Let me, and then have people trust me to do it. But people don't want to talk to insurance people because the perception, I guess, from my side is, you think I'm just going to try to sell you something because that's how I make my money. And it is. I mean, we make our money by selling policies, right? Yeah. But how do I have the conversation? How do I elongate that conversation? And so my podcast was like, where did you come from? Who are you, right? What led you down this path to get to where you are? That you just decided one day, you know what, I'm going to go start a roofing business or whatever it is. Yeah. And also understanding that, we were all kids at one point. We were all uncoordinated, lanky, maybe nerdy, kids.
Some of us still are. It's fine.
And that's the thing, right? It's like, I grew up in a small town that afforded me a ton of opportunity to do kind of everything.
Where'd you grow up?
in northeastern Washington,
Wow.
in a small town of like 5,000 people. And
Nice.
so very small town. And I was able to do, I mean, I played just about every sport you can imagine that was available in town.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was in choir, and I was in band, and I was in jazz band, and I was in jazz choir, and I was in theater, and I was, involved. But it was partly because I just really loved all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And, you're making friends, and I'm very ADD. So it's, something to do.
I do sense I'm looking in a mirror.
So it's, yeah, so I don't know, and then what I've just realized is the backdrop is different.
Mm-hmm.
The stories are a little bit different, but we're all very, very similar.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And we can only make decisions based on what our experience was.
Mm-hmm.
So to be able to have somebody talk through, what their experience was, how they grew up, at what point did you decide, I can let this moment define me, or I can move past it and
Mm-hmm.
be bigger, be better, whatever, and I think that that's the thing that, in my mind anyways, really solidifies those people who are aggressively successful, and people that are either not successful or, somewhere kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
How do you allow those moments to define what the next step is?
It's really interesting because, as we were walking in here, I mentioned our mutual colleague, David Scott, for some reason. But I just came off a presentation he did online about sales with really an emphasis, I think, on emotional intelligence and building relationship and building trust,
Yeah.
and how to have a conversation. And I have a compliment for him, and I'll pay you the same one, is I think that you both are a rare breed in terms of the way you approach relationships and trust building and sales processes, because I've worked in several sales rooms. I've worked with many salespeople, and typically they're focused on metrics, how many outbound dials, smile and dial.
Yep.
You learn some lessons in those kinds of roles. They're not my favorite.
Ugh.
But it was fascinating to me that twice now in one day, I'm like, oh, I've a different way to approach this.
Yeah.
So where does that drive come from? Where did you get that? Was that self-taught or learned behavior, where you have this sense of like emotional intelligence, you like building relationships, you really like understanding people? Was that like the artsy background? Is that how your parents were?
Boy, that's a great question. I think I just realized through time, like I've always been in school, in high school, there was this thing called natural helpers. And I was elected to be a natural helper.
Interesting.
And we went to this camp-ish type thing where they basically taught us how to talk and listen. It's just really that whole thing where it's like you are there to sometimes just be a sounding board. And through that, and then growing up, I mean, you can imagine with a name like Jan, and then my middle name is Carrie, so it didn't get much better, so you got two girl names kind of.
Jan Carrie Simon.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's Jan, but.
Yeah.
But I got picked on a lot as a kid, and had to very early on create a mindset or a mentality internally that I don't care what other people think.
Sure.
Now I do. I think it's really absent-minded to believe that we can go through life and not care what people think about us, because I do care what people think about us. I do care, if somebody likes me or doesn't like me or that sort of thing. But with regards to like the sales aspect of stuff, through sales trainings, different trainings, and I've been through them all, presumptive closing and, of all the crap that you go through in
always
sales.
be closing.
Always be closing, and sign right here, and we'll get this done. That's not a problem, and overcoming obstacles and overcoming objections and all those other things. And what I've realized is I have buyer's remorse. So when I buy something, I get excited about it and I might impulsively make the decision to do it or not. I might think about it for a while, but a lot of times I have buyer's remorse and I hate that feeling.
Mm.
And so for me, I want people to not have buyer's remorse. I want them to make the decision to buy
Mhm.
based on, I guess, a relationship,
Yeah.
right? That they trust me, that I would hope that they know I'm not going to steer them incorrectly. And sometimes, that can get lost in the shuffle because you're just moving so quickly. But I think that's why I like working with smaller business or startup businesses, because those people don't really know anything yet. They haven't had the opportunity to be burned by somebody who is, misclassifying them, taking advantage of them, whatever.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I mean, I feel like maybe it's a piece of compassion, a piece of just my background and knowing that I am probably a very gullible person. I'm a handshake person.
Mm.
I want to believe that everybody is honest. Like, if you ask me something, I'm going to tell you, and I would expect the same.
Yeah.
And realizing now that that's not the truth. I mean, right? I mean,
You're just now realizing
yeah,
that?
right. At my advanced age, what's that thing on Instagram? You're telling me for 40
Oh
years?
my God, that trend is the actual best.
Yeah.
The best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, but yeah, I don't know exactly where it
Yeah.
comes from. I think it's probably a combination of many things.
You mentioned how you're kind of gullible.
Mm-hmm.
I talk about assuming the best in others.
Yeah.
And I've reframed it a little bit because for my boyfriend, who I've been together for 11 years,
Mm.
we've been together, it drives him absolutely bonkers that I just assume the best in everyone.
Yeah.
A stranger's a friend I haven't made yet. Now, behind my mind, like, believe me, I get it. There's buttheads out there, right? But at the end of the day, I assume the best and I project that not because I truly 100% believe it all the time, but it's for my benefit.
Yeah.
It's not for theirs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it allows me to walk through the world
Yeah.
for the most part at peace. And so maybe that's more what it is. I don't think it's being gullible or naivete. I think it's for your own self-preservation.
I think you're probably right. I mean, I could totally see that.
Yeah.
It's the whole, if I were to go through and have an expectation of the worst in people,
Mm.
right? And then I couldn't trust anybody. My problem is I trust very, very quickly and very deeply, and probably to some extent too long
Mhm.
until it's like, it smacks you in the face and you're like, oh, well. Okay.
Jan, it's so nice to meet you as my long lost doppelganger, my emotional doppelganger. This is crazy. Yeah, I'm the exact same way. And I've tried, I would like to think I've learned and evolved and am very good at reading people. But I think I've found the times where I try to protect myself perhaps or prevent myself from being taken advantage of, I overcorrect and I lose that assume the best in other mentality, and I lose the thing that makes me so special in my ability to connect with people.
Yeah.
Have you overcorrected in any way like that? Or
I think so, but I feel like sometimes it comes from external influence,
Sure.
right? Where somebody may say something about somebody before you have the opportunity to meet them.
Oh.
And it starts to create that perception before you've actually even been engaged with them.
Mm.
And so I feel like those are those instances. It's so weird. I mean, there are definitely people that I meet where immediately I'm like, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I do not like this person.
Yeah. Your hackles are up.
Oh yeah.
Something's
Like they're just, and I can't ever really put a finger on it, but it's one of those things where it's like, this person's not good people. Most people I think are. Most people, it's funny because I think from a worldview, I would say the majority of people outside of our quote unquote leaders want to be able to live their life and do their thing, right? I mean, there's bad people in this world.
Yeah.
obviously. But I think most everybody wants something similar. They want to be able to raise a family. If they want a family, be happy, do their thing, right?
Yeah.
Change tomorrow if I decide, you know what, I'm sick and tired of doing this. I'm going to go do that and do it. Obviously some countries don't have that freedom to be able to do that. But I think if you were to boil it down to lowest common denominator, most people would be like that. You know what? I want to be able to get up in the morning, do my thing without worrying about getting blown up, shot, run over, killed, robbed, mugged,
Just be left
whatever.
alone.
Yeah. So
what a concept.
I feel like, so my brain, I think I try to treat people that way, but there's definitely people, whether it's somebody's told me something, which is weird because I've had people tell me things about people that are not necessarily good. I've never had that experience with that individual where it's kind of like, I'm like, God, and so I'm looking for it. I'm like, okay.
Oh, interesting.
This is, I'm waiting for this thing to happen because this person or these people have said this about that person. And I'm like, I just don't see it,
Interesting. Yeah, it's I feel like, so going back to that feeling of you meet someone for the first time and immediately you're like, got the ick, I think, as the kids might say on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think they do.
Yeah.
So you've got the ick. And I think that I might not know exactly what it is, but what I'm sensing is just them not being genuine. And that immediately makes me distrustful. And sometimes that's spot on. Like sometimes people are just trying to sell you or just want something from you.
Yep.
That's pretty obvious. The one I think that gets tricky is when someone's not being genuine, but it's not because they don't want to be. It's because they're not comfortable in a situation. And I wonder if you've ever had that thought process because, we're not that far off from a pandemic where no one got to be social.
Yep.
We're in the land of AI and technology. And I'm just thinking more and more of how do we not just maintain and retain our humanity as it lives today, but how do we get back to that? But I'm struggling because I find sometimes people are just not comfortable in their own skin.
Or I would agree with you.
Yeah.
But I'd say, or they feel like they have to make calculated moves, decisions, conversations in order to, we'll call it fit in.
Yeah.
Or create the perfect picture based on, what they see. I mean, obviously when we look at Facebook, people aren't posting, depending, right? People either post stupid stuff or they're posting how happy and wonderful they are, right? So we see how happy and wonderful people are all day long. And then we get really bad news in the news all day long because that sells. And so you get these bipolar pushes. And I think people don't necessarily know how to, be comfortable with who they are.
Yeah.
Right. And so they get, I don't know. There's this weird, like, I need to say the right thing. I need to be the right person. It's kind of like sitting with people and I'm bad. Like I'll sit with clients having conversations and 5 minutes in, the guard goes down and I'm dropping F-bombs,
Yeah.
And then I walk out going, oh,
Shooby-doo.
dang it. But it's funny because growing up, my dad never swore. I don't think I ever heard him swear, but he said sugar jets all the time. He'd smash his finger, sugar jets, and I'm like,
sugar jet,
Dad, what's the difference between you saying sugar jets and me saying she,
We're allowed to curse on this podcast.
Okay. I didn't know if this is like family friendly,
but I almost don't want to let you.
Yeah, but it's like, and I'm like, what's the difference? Because I'd get in trouble if I said geez.
Yeah,
I would get in trouble because it sounded too much like Jesus.
Oh,
I got my mouth washed out with soap one time for saying geez. So my dad would be like, just smash his finger, whatever, sugar jets, and I'd be like, okay, what's the difference? You're using a word or a phrase.
Yeah,
is that one word or two? I don't know how you spell that, but it's no different.
Yeah,
it's the meaning that you have behind it. I mean, I could say whatever. Anyways, I don't know why I went down that path.
No, we're staying on that path because my parents were, my dad in particular was frustrated beyond belief about my cursing, especially growing up. So we lived in Baltimore, Maryland until I was about 16 years old.
Mm.
And I was just a force to be reckoned with in terms of chip on the shoulder. Felt like I had to be some type of way, but I would curse the time, all the time.
Made you sound grown up.
Oh, my word. Not like my dad's version of a grown up, but I remember he said, you have to stop because one day you're going to go apply for a job and you're not going to have a filter. So you got to do something to get rid of the cursing. And so I just started screaming food, like random food instead of cursing.
Really?
So I might be trying to drop an F-bomb. I'm like, son of a bagel.
That's so funny.
Oh my God. And then in high school, everyone was like, what is wrong with this chick? And I said, my dad told me I have to stop cursing so I get a job one day. You dumb biscuit gravy. It was a very confusing time in my life.
Funny.
Yeah. I say snuckle fritzers.
Okay.
But I like your dad's.
Snuckle fritzers. Yeah. Sugar jets. That was his thing.
That's good.
Sugar jets.
Sugar jets. Oh, we were talking about getting comfortable with people, and that's how we got to cursing. We're back. The ADHD. I'll keep this on.
It'll
I got
come
it.
back around.
I clocked it. That's so dang funny.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your clients or potential clients do the same thing to you? Like, do you feel like your potential clients are sitting across from you having the same thought process of, oh my God, can I drop my barrier? Did I say the wrong thing?
I think so. I think most clients, what I try to tell people is, look, I'm like your attorney, right? You have client privilege with me. Attorney-client privilege, however you want to look at it. There's things that we're going to have conversations about. And I'm not holding back from underwriters, but I know how to package things to underwriters that will make them feel comfortable with it.
Yeah.
If you go to an underwriter and you're like, we make handguns and knives and, and the underwriters be like, I don't want to, but it's like, okay, let's say you make one part of, whatever.
Yeah.
There's different ways to present it. And so I think clients are afraid to say too much, think you're just trying to figure out a way to charge them more.
Mm-hmm.
And what I tell clients, I'm like, look, my job is to make sure you're properly covered. I can't do that if you're not going to share everything with me. Do the carriers charge more if you make more? Sure. I mean, in some situations, it's hard to really say what size company it is unless you're looking at revenue. Right? Some it's square footage, some it's payroll. It just really depends. But I feel like a lot of clients, they've got to find that comfort zone to be able to say, okay, I know I need to give Jan as much information as I can. And there's going to be times where Jan's going to say, yeah, you know what? That's probably really not a big deal, right? It's 1 in a million that something's ever going to happen anyways. And you're doing that once every 6 months. It's probably not a big deal.
Yeah.
But yes, I think clients hold back. And I think clients don't want to show their true feelings or colors. The thing that I love, though, is I have a lot of clients that, I'm not going to say we're vulgar, but are very real.
Yeah.
Right? Because this is me. I mean, t-shirts and jeans, I grew up in the industry wearing a shirt and a tie, and then being required to wear slacks and this and that and the other thing. And there's times where I think, am I dressed up enough? And there's times where I might wear a jacket depending on who the client is. But really, truly, I feel like I'm just like anybody else.
Yeah.
I just happen to have experience doing something that you don't have experience at. And you know what? I'd probably rather be out telling people to swing a hammer a certain way or something.
Yeah.
But
how long ago was it when you were last in like your last suit and tie gig?
Well, so I still wear suits and ties some places, but as far as like selling insurance.
Yeah. Like expectation, this is how you show up.
At least 12 years ago.
Wow.
And I mean, I've had things, where it's been, okay, you need to wear slacks, or you need to wear a button down, or you need, those types of things. But truly, when I started in insurance, and this is going back 30 years ago, I was in claims. I was doing auto claims. So
Wait, Jan, how old are you? I'm 35, so we can all just be like transparent. I'm trying to do the math. How old are you?
let's put it this way: my daughter's almost as old as you.
Copy that. Copy that.
I am. How old am I? I'm 53. I think I'm 53.
Okay.
I was born in 71. So
copy that.
Yeah. So I'm a young old guy.
Whatever skincare regimen you have going on, you're gonna have to tell me after the. Yeah, I'm like, no way.
I am a firm believer in El Natural.
Are you one of these dudes that doesn't wash their face or like put on lotion or sunblock?
Actually, I've started using I have a night lotion thing that Christine got for me, and then I have a day thing that's got SPF in it because, God forbid, I get wrinkles when I get old. I don't know.
How dare you? It's just proof that we've lived our lives.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a get old natural person. I've been very blessed.
Yeah.
When I look at some of the people I went to high school with, I'm like, man, time was not friendly to you. Or somebody who's like a couple of years younger than me, and you find out and you're like, damn.
I got my first gray hair on like my forehead 3 years ago or so. And I thought I was that was it.
You're losing it.
And it went away. And then I started my business. We're going on almost a year now. They won't stop coming.
Oh, yeah. Trust me.
If anyone was going to tell me I was going to go gray in my first 6 months of owning a business, I might have delayed it.
Is your red hair natural?
Yes.
So you'll end up gray at some point anyways,
I'll be
right?
a silver fox. It's fine. We're just going to remarket ourselves.
Yeah. It's so funny because people ask me all the time, how old are you? And they'll find out my daughter will be 30 in September and, or in October. And people are like, oh my God, how young were you when you started? It's like, well,
yeah, I was confused. I was like, okay, wait. So you have your daughter.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Alex.
And then do you have a step kid too?
I've got combined 4. I've got a daughter who's going to be 30 in October. My son is going to be 26 in September.
Wow.
And then Christine has a daughter who is 26 now. Did she just turn 26 or 27? I think she just turned 27. Maybe 28.
Wow, fun ages.
And then her son is 24. So Aubrey must be 26.
Whoa.
Now. 27. I can't remember exactly.
And then Christy, wife, girlfriend.
Christine. So fiance. We've been together for, I don't know, 13 or 14 years.
That's
and we've been engaged for 7.
Oh my God, I love this. So important question.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you get it at your advanced age. Ridiculous.
My advanced age.
Your advanced age, as you said. So do you introduce each other as fiance, partner, boyfriend, girlfriend? Because I've been with my guy 11 years. We're not engaged.
Yeah.
Nothing fits. No term fits. So I will take any advice you have.
So if somebody says your wife, I usually don't correct them. If I am introducing her to people, I will say, this is my fiance, Christine.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm just talking to people, I usually just say Christine and expect them to know who she is.
Sneaky son of a gun.
So it's like, I don't know. It's weird because it feels awkward.
Yeah.
To say my fiance. It feels even more awkward to say my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I don't like the term partner, which is just weird. I don't know why.
Well, because I think business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so, that's a great question because it's a weird, and yes, in my advanced age, I think about that all the time.
Do you really?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
All the time.
I thought it was just me. I think we've done like my better half, my other half. I've tested out ball and chain, like nothing.
Yeah. And I think Christine just uses fiance most of the time.
Yeah.
Like I said, if somebody says your wife, I don't correct them. I mean, we've been together 14 years.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
It counts.
So,
that's so funny.
But yeah, and we'll see. Everybody's like, when are you getting married? It's like, I don't know. We're engaged.
One of these days, I can 100% imagine you just show up with wedding rings and you did the thing.
We just did it.
Yeah, it happened, guys.
I think if you left it up to me, that's probably the way it would be.
Yeah.
Christine, I think, would rather have a ceremony.
Yeah.
I would actually rather just have like a big party, a big barbecue party.
Just get married on the podcast and do a barbecue.
Oh, that'd be crazy. That'd be wild.
Sorry, Christine.
Live stream the podcast.
I'm so sorry I put this in his head. Oh, she's going to hate me.
All for rating.
Oh, hey, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
No.
That would be funny. So have you been married before? Either one of you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was married, met my ex-wife in college. We got married about a year or so after we met. And then my daughter, so we got married in August. My daughter was born the following October. And then we were married I think we were together like 17 years. Does that math that up? It's like 17 years. And then like 13 with Christine. I mean, I was divorced for a while, and then Christine and I started dating. Christine and I knew each other. So our kids went to the same elementary school together. I was the president of the Dad's Club. She was the liaison between the Dad's Club and the PTSO. And so we met. And then my ex-wife used to make jokes about her being my
work wife,
Dad's Club wife, and how we'd be perfect together and different things. And I won't disparage anybody, but it was, so anyways.
Yeah.
And then after my divorce, we happened to be at a mutual friend's party. I think it was a 4th of July party. I don't remember. It was like a backyard barbecue party.
Nice.
And the mutual friend was talking to me. He's like, "Hey, sorry to hear about your, divorce." And I'm like, is what it is.
Yeah.
Christine happened to be there, and then she reached out to me, and we started dating, and been like that ever since.
Was she married?
She was finalizing a divorce when we had coffee the first time, I guess, if you will.
Copy that. I love that quote. I think it's Louis C.K. or one of those comedians from around that time who said, "No good marriage ends in divorce." And I think that's such a beautiful quote. And I have a few other friends in similar situations, I think, as you. Obviously, different backdrop, as you said earlier. But for whatever reason, it was time to call it quits, and then got to find a new lease on love and life. And I think it's so beautiful. Like, I don't know how you feel about it, but outsider looking in, it's kind of, to me, the idea of having a second love story, in one lifetime. That's so cool.
It is really cool. And it's crazy because obviously they're very different relationships, right? Very different people. And I think there's a thing where people who get in relationships really young, and I don't want to discourage that. I mean, if you find the person you want to be with and you can make that commitment your whole life, awesome, great.
Yeah.
But I feel like most people don't really even know who they are until mid to late 20s, let alone be able to say, this is the person I want to be with for the rest of my life. And people go through so many changes throughout life, right? We may be jeans and a t-shirt person today, and next week I decide, you know what? I'm going to start wearing a suit and tie again. And as an individual, you can make those decisions and just do what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
When you're in a partnership or a relationship, there's somebody else you have to take into consideration when you're making those decisions. And I think that's, for young people, a tough thing to encompass from both sides, right? And you can have one person who does it great and the other person who doesn't, or you can have neither one that does it, or, whatever it is. And so you kind of just slowly start drifting apart, which is what happened to us. I mean, it's just totally different individuals than when we got married. So,
yeah, I feel like in any type of relationship, whether it's friendship, romantic, business partnership, family, relationships have to be worked on. You have to make a conscious decision every single day. And that's work. And it's exhausting. And I'm not saying I'm good.
I suck at it. I will be the first to admit I suck at it. And it's one of those things where I mean, we have that conversation where it's
Yeah.
like, how do we, I mean, we have Christine's son is the only one still living at home with us right now. My daughter's due any day to have our first grandchild, my first grandchild,
Oh
our
my
first
goodness.
grandchild. Her son now, he graduated college. He's got a good job. He could pretty much leave at any time. So it's just the two of us. So it's like sitting down and having that conversation. Okay, how do we now figure out the two of us? What does that look like? You know, and I'm looking at things, you know, Chat GPT is like, okay, what questions do I ask when I'm going on a date with somebody I've been with for 17 years? But you know, it's like, because it's like, how do you now turn that conversation where it's like, okay, we've been in this situation for X number of years, whatever that is. It has become routine, and maybe that routine isn't necessarily working perfect. So how do we fix that routine? But you're right. I mean, relationships are constantly evolving, constantly changing, and need to be worked on.
Well, I think the fact that you're even asking the question and consulting ChatGPT, it like gives me high hopes for you in your relationship, because
I hope.
that's so, I mean, truly, that's so beyond, I'm going to call a spade a spade. That's so beyond most heterosexual men at your age. It just is, because I think, you know, going back to your high school, what was it called? The position you had?
The natural helpers.
Natural helpers. Like, I've never heard anyone at your age tell me that that's something that they were involved in high school. Like, in our society, I think that's really rare. I don't think anyone else.
Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, it just happened to be something that was at the school.
That's crazy to me.
Basically, people would go through and say, I think there were probably 10 of us. And it was, we were basically elected, or, you know, nominated by classmates. And you have to go through a thing. And
Yeah, I think that you were exposed to the concepts of like being of service to others, emotional intelligence, how to communicate and read people, all of those things at such a young age, even before, like, people today, I laugh all the time. It's like we love two letters, AI, and the other one we need to think about is EI, right? Emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
We're so focused on the wrong one.
Yes.
But you learned that at such an early age, which I think is so cool. And it like clearly has been a through line in your life. I want to hear about your kids more, because they're at that age of, I imagine, well, one's going to have a kiddo, which is so exciting. You're going to be a granddad.
I know, right? Imagine this, my grandfather.
Wild. You're going to have so much fun. So you're going to be a granddad, but then what about the other kiddos? Are they in school, careers? Are they dating, getting married?
So they're all graduated from college, which
well done.
Is pretty cool. Yes. Spencer, Christine's son, was the last one, and he graduated last May.
Yeah.
From ASU. So his degree is software engineering, and he's now with some company doing something software engineering. I don't know what he does. No idea what he does. Something with a computer. My son graduated from Mankato State with a degree in flight. So he's a pilot, or an aspiring pilot. Right now he works at a pizza shop because you got to get hours. So he's working on that.
Respect the hustle.
Always. Yeah. Christine's daughter works, her and her boyfriend, they're actually buying their first house, and they're supposed to close on it, I think the 20th. But they both work for Charles Schwab.
Nice.
And then my daughter works for Arizona Wilderness Brewing Company, and like a marketing manager or something like that.
Okay, everyone else is very impressive, but I'm not going to lie, that was the one I'm most excited about.
She graduated, she's 30. So however long ago that was, 5-6 years ago. And she worked in Washington, D.C. for a while for Ducks Unlimited as a lobbyist, and then went from Ducks Unlimited to the Air Conditioning Contractors of America. And then COVID hit. She moved back to Arizona, still working for a firm in D.C. Wow. And then I think it's been about a year, almost a year, she switched from ACCA to Arizona Wilderness Brewing Company.
Wow. Impressive.
So, yeah.
What does your fiance do?
Her fiance?
Your fiance.
My fiance.
Yeah.
She is, I like to say she's a clinical administrator.
What does she like to call herself?
I don't know if that's what you call. So sorry, I bumped the mic. So she works for retired neurosurgeons that do independent medical exams for mostly industrial injuries and NFL players. And she basically runs the office, schedules everything, takes care of all the back end paperwork. They have a couple other doctors that will do IMEs and stuff in there, but they're all retired doctors that just do, independent medical exams. Yeah. So she's awesome. I mean, she works her ass off and doesn't get nearly the praise that she deserves. Drives into Phoenix every day, Central Phoenix. And so that all sucks.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things where it's like, you just wish you could be like, okay, you don't have to do this anymore. But someday, hopefully, I'll go viral and then she doesn't have to do it anymore. But yeah, so she does that. Before that, she was a administrator at a family practice that had like 60 practitioners or something like that, or 60 employees. And then before that, she was an administrator, clinical administrator for a hand surgeon.
Whoa.
So she's been in the medical field pretty much her entire life. She owned a gelato shop with her ex-husband for a short period of time. And been in medical, or been a stay-at-home mom quite a bit too. So.
How do you just have this like horde of badasses in your house? Like everyone sounds super successful and accomplished. I know everyone's had their ups and downs, obviously.
Yeah.
But to have 4 for 4 college graduates,
we're blessed,
working towards goals. Like,
we're blessed. I mean, I don't know, honestly.
Wild.
Because both of us having gone through a divorce, and when the kids were fairly young, my daughter was going to be a sophomore in high school. My son was going into the 6th grade. Her son was going into 5th grade, and her daughter was going into 8th grade, I think. So, or maybe 7th grade. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. We're very, very lucky, very, very blessed. You know, you try to be as supportive as possible. Doesn't come with his, out his ups and downs, but at the same time, yeah, I mean, I feel very lucky, very fortunate. You know, it's funny because of the 4 kids, I would have thought my son would be the one we'd have the most problems with. And he's probably the one that we have, other than he can be very stern in his ways.
Interesting word choice. Interesting. Okay. I'm interpreting.
He's a great kid.
Is he stubborn?
What's that?
Is he stubborn? Like stuck in his ways?
I wouldn't say stubborn.
Stern was such an interesting choice.
Yeah, well, he believes in what he believes.
Okay.
I don't know how to put that.
No, I got it. Like
yeah, I don't know what you mean. No, and it's not a bad thing. It's just like
convicted.
Yes.
Has conviction.
Yeah.
Don't school me on grammar, guys. Like,
I misuse words all the time. In fact, there was a podcast recently. I don't even remember which podcast it was. and one of the words I used, well, one time I was talking about, being beat up as a kid. And I said, I was beat up religiously. And Christine said, Jan, it's relentlessly. I'm like, oh, well,
I know both work. Just follow-up questions.
Yeah.
But
so there's a few. Yeah, I mix up words all the time, and I mix up what are the like when you say as black as night, or whatever those metaphors. Yeah. I mix up metaphors all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be like, as blue as night. And not that bad, but I will do some weird ones. Like stuff comes out of my mouth, and I'm like, that sounded odd. But then you're committed to it, right?
Yeah, I love the double down. Like, I will double tap that. I will commit and just keep on going. Because we've lost the art of the English language, and that's totally fine.
For sure. For sure. Just make it up, right? I mean, some of the words you hear coming out these days, like, how does that even make sense?
Oh, man. So my mom worked in the library system for years, her entire career, basically. That's actually why we moved to Scottsdale from Baltimore.
Oh, okay.
So she finished her career at Scottsdale Civic Center Library, and she is a Scrabble. See, I'm doing it now. I'm like Scrabble, scramble, scrapple, which is a food.
Scrapple. Yeah. Scrabble.
Champion. She is a word game champion.
There you go.
And I am not. And every time we play, she schools me with these words that start with an X and end in a Z.
Now, if you want to beat her, put on Jeopardy.
Okay.
Get her a glass of wine.
Yeah.
And then play Scrabble.
Done.
That's what I do with Christine, and she can't do all three at the same time. And then I win.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will take that on, copy that. That's good.
Yeah.
I will give that a try.
She can't think. Too many words. Christine's the same way. Christine is a word sleuth.
Yeah.
And
is sleuth the right word there?
Probably not. Smith? I don't know. But she does. It's crazy because she'll be like, you change tenses right in the middle of that sentence. It's like, how did I change tenses?
Yeah. I would see you at least can like just keep going. I am now in the habit. It doesn't matter the room that I'm in. Doesn't matter if we're recording. I have to stop and like question the fact out loud. I could just have the internal dialogue, but I don't. I'm like, hold on. Is that the right word? Like correct. So unnecessary.
I usually say it and pretend like I'm just moving on.
Moving on.
Dust in the past, water under the bridge, whatever it is, dust under the bridge. I don't know.
Dust in the wind. What does your family think about you starting the podcast? Which, by the way, I've already decided I'm going to title at this advanced stage.
Well, it depends on who.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Do they know you have a podcast?
Yes.
Okay, great.
And Christine has listened to them, and I think she gets enjoyment out of them, most of them.
She's going to love this one.
Yeah. And I think Christine would be like, if you asked her, she'd probably say, he just can't sit still.
Yeah.
He just, he just can't be.
Like another hobby, babe?
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't know how the kids would take it. I don't even know if the kids have listened to any of my podcasts.
Okay.
My son, probably some, because he helps me do some editing. So he probably listens like front and back and different things like that.
Nice.
My dad, I know he listened to my first podcast, and his response to me was, you need to know the answers to the questions before you ask them. And I was like, but do I? I don't think I do. I don't think I want to know the answers. Like, I've had conversations with people, I know nothing about them.
Yeah.
And I enjoy those. It's more authentic. So anyways, everybody else, no clue.
Was your dad in government or politics or something?
My dad was an English and history teacher for 800 years.
Interesting.
I think he retired like 4 times and went back to it. And
wow.
Yeah. No, he's been an English and history teacher and a coach.
Yeah.
And a bus driver. And he does I call him a prop master, does sets and things for theater.
How cool. Also can't sit still. Sounds like bouncing around.
I think so. Probably similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about mom?
So my mom's dealing with Alzheimer's and dementia now. So
what a party.
Yeah. So I don't even know if she really recognizes. I mean, she might.
Yeah.
My intention is I need to get up to Washington to see them. My intention is to take some of my equipment and actually do a episode with my mom when I'm there, just to try to capture it.
Yeah. I love that.
But she's not cognitive of what's going on, but short-term memory stuff. Like if I'm sitting here having a conversation with her, she's like, how was your day? And I'm like, blah, 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 and you stop 10 seconds later, so how was your day? And you're like, okay, we just had this conversation, but I'll tell you again,
Yeah.
you know?
Like a little 10-second Tom energy.
Yeah, but it seems like long-term memory, she still is fairly cognitive of.
Yeah.
So my hope is within the next few weeks, I will get back up there and do some video and stuff of her. So, but, anyway, so, and I don't know. And I've got a sister in Kansas and a brother in Alaska. And I
that's cool.
couldn't even tell you if either one of them's listened to an episode. I mean, they know I do it.
Yeah.
I think maybe my sister's listened to a couple, but I don't know. They don't.
Have you ever visited your brother in Alaska?
I have not yet. No, we all grew up in Washington. He then lived in the Seattle area for, 30 years or something like that. And he just moved to Ketchikan maybe 3 or 4 years ago. His job, he's a mechanical engineer and is a civil contractor with the United States Navy, does something on the submarines. I don't know.
You got smart people in your family, including yours truly.
Not me. It skipped over me, but
Lies.
but yeah, yeah. So he's actually retiring in December. He just told us he's going to retire.
Wow.
He said, "What are you going to do?" His wife owns a she's a knitter, so she owns a yarn store in Ketchikan.
Fun.
Yeah. So when all the people come off the boat, they come to her yarn store because of crocheting stuff.
Jan, the sitcom is writing itself.
Yeah. Right.
She's a yarn.
Yeah.
In Ketchikan. Ketchikan.
In Ketchikan. And I think she even, what do you call it? Spools her own wool?
Sure. What, do I look like that?
We'll call it that. She spools her own wool. Yarn.
We're so sorry, by the way.
For all you yarn people we've just offended, too bad.
This isn't Jan's yarn show, okay?
Yes. Oh, hey, that'd be a good one.
I know. I'll be here all day.
There was a TV show once. It was called Jan Can Cook, and it was an Asian guy.
Yeah.
And his name was Jan, Yan. And I used to always say, "Oh, that's my show, Jan Can Cook."
I think we're like identifying something about your future TikTok page right now because there's a lot of play on words with Jan that I don't think you're capitalizing.
That would be fun.
Yeah, I'll be texting you.
I need a producer. Producer, somebody that just sets it all up and says, "Hey, come record." Okay.
Nah, you just need to stick a phone in front of your face and talk sometimes.
Just do it. I'm not good at that. I feel like I make weird faces.
See, this is what's kind of shocking to me about your discomfort with TikTok. And real quick, does that translate to other social media platforms, or is it just TikTok because you're unfamiliar with it?
All of them.
Okay,
I don't like for me to hold a phone in front of myself and talk. Like you see people who do that like daily. And I'm like,
no, I don't know what you're I don't know what the
people are just laying around and decide to pick up their phone and talk with their cat's butt in their face or something. I don't know.
It's been nice knowing that. It's 100% true. Yeah, I just got over it. I think I just was like, well, first of all, any feelings I had about what are people going to think of me, I was like, no one cares.
Yeah.
There's billions of pieces of content literally going out every single day. No one gives a shit.
Right.
Why am I overthinking this? And the people, 10 out of 10 times, the people that I look up to in the world, in government, social media, whatever it is, they all have a story that has to do with just start. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be beautifully produced. It can be in a shit camera. Mm-hmm. Just do it. And that's the thing that I've embraced because I had my socials paused during the majority of the pandemic. I didn't get a TikTok either until after it was back from being banned. And heaven help me, I just started a Snapchat and I don't know what the fuck is happening there. And I'm 35 and I just don't know.
I'm not doing Snapchat.
You say that now. You say that now.
I will not. I don't even get that.
I bet you like bourbon, right?
Well, it depends.
Whiskey?
Christine loves bourbon and whiskey, and I mix the drink right. It tastes good. Like we had one the other night. That was good. But
what do you drink?
Vodka.
Okay.
A lot.
All the vodka. I bet you.
Actually, no.
What?
I drink peanut butter whiskey. You know my favorite drink right now? Peanut butter whiskey and grape juice. It is so freaking.
For you. What the fuck
It's
are you
like,
saying to me
it
right now?
feeds my inner child.
What? And grape juice?
Yes.
Where did you even buy grape? Wait.
Well,
there's
okay, so
much to unpack.
it started out with peanut butter whiskey and Chambord, which is raspberry liqueur.
Yes.
And then I didn't have Chambord, and we had grape juice. And so I thought, that sounds good. And it was phenomenal. And now there's times where I just literally crave that in the middle of the day. Not to say I'm an alcoholic or anything, but if I admit it, then it's okay, right?
You're sitting.
Hello, my name's Jan, and I'm an alcoholic. I haven't drank since 2 days ago.
I try really hard not to yuck other people's yum, and I will give your peanut butter jelly drink situation a chance. I used to love the peanut butter whiskey, but then that was like when it was on the shelves at Total Wine for the first time, and now it's just in every.
It has to be Screwball.
Yeah.
It has to be in the freezer.
Yes.
I don't like it off the shelf. It's got to be really cold. And then I pour the peanut butter whiskey over ice and then add, and it's about half and half, and grape juice.
Copy that.
I don't use the Welch's because that's the top shelf. I use the store brand stuff.
Next thing you're going to tell me you're mixing peanut butter whiskey with like Capri Suns or some shit.
Oh, no, that'd be disgusting.
My point and what was my point? ADHD train, back it up.
Whiskey, bourbon.
It was because I bet you your preferred cocktail of choice, and it can be your PB&J, that within 30 days you're going to be on Snapchat. I'm making the claim right now. So.
I don't know. I mean, it would have to. I'm still trying to figure out this whole TikTok thing.
I feel your pain.
Which it's kind of like Canva, where everybody's like, "Oh, Canva is really easy to use." No, it's not. It's a pain in the ass. It doesn't do what I want it to do.
I think you might be. I think it's that we're trying to learn too much at once.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I use the platforms I'm using right now. I've had to use a Microsoft video editor because of some issue I'm having with SD cards. Right. Hopefully I've got that figured out. But then I use Descript.
Yeah.
And then I use Buzzsprout, and I use Blaze AI, and I use ChatGPT, and I just started using TikTok, and I just downloaded another one. I don't even know what the name of it is.
You've added an aggressive amount of logins to your plate in a short amount of time.
No, I'm going to get hacked.
Probably.
How many times a day do you get the content police from some weird language that's not spelled right on Facebook telling you that they're going to shut your account down?
At least once a day. At least fucking once a day.
The first couple days, I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? And now I'm like, shut up.
Yeah, of course. Because you're like, oh my God, I just started this cool thing and da-da-da-da. And then all of a sudden someone threatens you're going to be shut down.
Yeah.
I did have my TikTok shut down once.
Oh, really?
And I still don't know why. They said I did something against community guidelines. But at that time, I was just engaging with other people.
Yeah.
And I'm a fairly nice person. So I still don't know what I did, but it's back on now.
Huh.
Yeah. Well, we're just about at time. I feel like I could talk to you forever.
Well, we'll have to have you on my podcast. We'll continue the conversation and just see where it goes. I'm
really happy we talked so much about emotional intelligence and being human. And I feel like I was overdue for this type of conversation. So thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'm glad that it worked out. I mean, I feel like we just sat down and talked. So those are the best conversations, right? Absolutely. We're kind of good at this. Yeah. Well, I can talk all day. I don't know if it's good content or not, but I can talk all day. That's to your fiance and my boyfriend's dismay. That's why we have to, is that why we started podcasts? Because well, what's funny is I don't even talk that much at home. Like, I'm not a good conversationalist, which is so odd. Can I have your fiance on? Sure. Yes. All right. Make the introduction. I will do that. This is going to be good. I'll tell her, hey, you need to go on this podcast and you need to be 100% truthful. I don't know if I can handle that. I have faith. You'll be okay. So shout out your podcast where people can find you. Yeah. So they can find me on the web at abovebeyondpodcast.com. Epic. I am on every streaming platform you can imagine at
which is abovebeyondpodcast.com or Above Beyond Podcast. If you go to like Spotify, it's Above and Beyond Podcast, where excellence meets elevation.
Epic.
But yeah, the website's the easiest place to find it. We're on YouTube. We just started releasing videos on YouTube.
Yay.
So yeah.
Congrats.
Good. Trying to figure it out.
And if anyone like wanted insurance or something from you, where would they go?
Oh, they can come to found-ins.com or Foundation Insurance Services.
All kinds of insurance, business, personal?
Yes. Property casualty. We're mostly business insurance is what I focus on. We do have the capability to do personal insurance. What I tell people is, and I'm going to shout this out, and I say it all the time, it's probably my thorn. It's not my job to save you money.
Mm-hmm.
My job is to make sure you're properly covered. If I can save you money along the way, great. But I'm going to look at you as an account and as a consultant, and then we're going to look at the money piece of it. I know that you, when I say you people, your focus is saving money because paying insurance premiums sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I agree 100%. I pay way too much every month, but we have to do it because the minute we don't, something's going to happen.
Yep.
Right. So my thing is with a lot of my personal lines clients are business clients who've just said, hey, I want you to be my guy. I'll say, okay, yeah, cool. I can do that. But don't call me next year when your premium went up $50.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I'm going to try to put you with the carrier that makes sense for your situation.
Yeah.
And then hopefully it can sit there for a while. And then if we need to move it eventually down the road, we will. But yeah, so Foundation Insurance is the name of my insurance agency. We are now part of a larger agency called Robertson Ryan Agencies, which is out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That just gives us access to pretty much every market that's out there.
Nice. You're kind of good at this business insurance thing, it sounds like.
I try to be.
30 years?
30 years. I've been in it for 30 years, started in claims. So I know how the policies work in the back end, like how they're supposed to work. So that's my big thing is like, look, I'm not here to sell you a policy. That's not my job. I mean, it's how I make my money, but it's not my job. My job truly is to look at you as an independent risk and say, what are your exposures and how do we put things in place reasonably, right? I don't want you to be insurance poor, but I want you to be covered. So yeah, I hate to say that I enjoy it. I love the relationship aspect of it.
Yeah.
I love feeling like I'm doing something good. I mean, it's stressful. Trust me. I mean, you get a call on a Saturday and it's like, hey, Jan, we had an accident. You're like, oh God, I hope we have the right policies in place.
Oof.
You know, but
we'll do a part 2. I want to hear all the horror stories.
There are a few of them.
I believe it.
Anyways, well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Jan.